everybody, and welcome back to the Bourbon Bar. I'm Holden.
And I'm Casey.
And Casey got an epic new bottle of whiskey. Casey, what do we got sitting on the table?
We got a new Riff 8-year bourbon whiskey.
Hells to the yeah. So, minimum age state, at least 8 years. This bourbon whiskey is 65% corn, 30% rye, and 5% malted barley. It is 100 proof. I believe most New Riff products are bottled and bond, but I don't actually see bottled and bond on here. But
interesting.
So maybe it's not bottled and bond, but it is 100 proof, so that's what matters. I actually haven't seen any reviews on this.
I've read a couple, but I forgot them all, so
yeah,
I'm excited to try it.
So what's gonna be our first crack? Obviously, if Casey wants to open it up, we're gonna let this guy get the neck pour in our Glens and have a taste and tell you guys how it is. Oh, yeah. Honestly, I also love New Riff bottles because
synthetic black cork.
Yeah, they're just very attractive, good-looking bottles. Especially this 8-year has a little bit extra to it, which is really nice. So, but good.
Ooh.
Excitement.
Here we are, drinking some New Riff.
Some New Riff is in the Glen.
New Riff to the Glen. New Riff in my mouth.
Ooh.
Beauteous.
But good. On the nose.
Woo! Okay.
Smell a little proofy?
Maybe just on that first.
When I smelt it on my finger, it actually kind of smelled like rubbing alcohol. It's much better in the Glen, but like
it's much
when I wiped that drip up and I went like this, I was like, but
it's hot.
Yeah, it came off a little strong. It's our first whiskey of the day, guys. So give us a second.
This is a higher rye bourbon.
Yep.
At 30% though, so. I do like high rye bourbons.
Me too. They usually typically have a little bit of more of a fruity, lighter note to them compared to the typical dark, dense kind of sweetness in a lower rye bourbon.
Yeah, the bottle's just great looking. I love the look of this bottle.
Yeah.
Nice and sleek design. With the black, the faded to black to the clear on the bottom. I like that a lot.
I agree. On the nose of this guy, I definitely am feeling like I'm getting a little bit of a rye spice. I know we mentioned that high rye percentage in the mash bill, and I do get a little bit of a rye spice coming across the nose here, which is pleasant. And a large amount of caramel as well.
They almost get like an apple rind.
Yeah. Yes. Light green fruits or like apple or pear. Probably more on the apple note, though you are right, that's skin or that rind. Rind is skin, isn't it? Right?
Oh, yeah, I guess it'd be apple skin. Rind is on an orange.
Yes, yeah. It smells good.
Smells pretty damn good, yeah.
Should we taste it?
Let's do it.
Cheers. This actually...
It's quite pleasant.
Does this have a little bit of a toasted personality to you?
That's exactly what I thought when I heard my tongue.
Honestly, I don't know if it's 8 years because of giving us a little extra oak.
Yeah, there's a lot of oak in this.
It almost feels like a French oak stave finished type of whiskey. I don't know, it's got some weird kind of oaky aspect on it that I was not expecting with this.
Yeah, you can definitely tell it's a little bit older with all that oak. It's quite an oak presence, actually. Oh. I do get a little bit of rye spice there, kind of mid to back palate there.
Yeah, I agree.
We got the finish.
It actually kind of reminds me, at least initially, on the front of the palate, when it first hits my mouth, it kind of has similar personality to the New Riff Balboa rye, with that kind of light fruit sweetness coming through on the front of the palate and a little bit of caramel. Not super dense sweet caramel, but just a little hint of it in there with the fruit, like a carameled apple that you would get at the fair or whatever.
Yeah. Whoa, what was that note? It's almost like a toasted marshmallow. I got right on the front palate with that little bit of light green fruit.
Yeah.
It's I don't know. It's it's almost like a tart note of something. I don't know what it is.
I know what you're trying to say, and I agree. Also, This is drinking. Is this drinking incredibly hot to you?
Yeah, well, I mean, this is...
I know it's our first whiskey, but I feel like the neck pour on this is like actually a very strong neck pour. I feel like give this a week or two, it's gonna open up into something maybe a little bit more different.
Yeah.
But like the neck pour of this, it seems very voluminous and boisterous, you know?
After you drink it and smell it again, there's a lot less rye in the nose. For me, anyway.
Oh, yeah, okay. I see what you're saying. I feel like that oak and spice on the palate kind of takes it. It makes the nose feel way less than the palate.
Not terribly viscous, though.
No.
Which, I mean, for an 8-year, I mean, what do you expect, I guess?
It's giving me that tongue tingle, though.
Yeah, you know? It is, like on the back of the tongue.
Yeah, like that tingle. Not viscous, but like that, like, pop rocks effect.
A little bite on the end there.
But, you know, Casey and I think we're going to sit back and review this a little bit more, give you guys some grades. We'll be right back. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are back. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are back, and we sat back with this whiskey. We really deliberated, and this is what we came up with. So, on the nose, I gave it an 82 out of 100. Not so bad. I actually like the nose a lot. I think it has some redeemable qualities. I think I may have even got a hint of sweet tobacco in it as I was sitting back with it there. Overall, very pleasant.
I would agree. I also gave it an 82. Shocking. This has very different nose than a lot of other bourbons. It has more of a high rye-esque bourbon feel to it in the nose. Notes like the green apple rind and the rye spice. Just very, very good. Going to the palate, gave it a 78 out of 100. I don't know. I was just kind of hoping for something more viscous. It's also like a couple different notes that you usually don't get in a regular everyday bourbon. Like this is not middle of the road stuff. Like this is very different, which is not bad at times, but for us right now, it just ain't doing it for us.
I agree, and miraculously, without seeing each other's grades, I also gave it a 78, so we're tied so far on the points. But I just think that it wasn't quite as good as the nose. It was good. It was just different, a little too different from what I'm used to. And that's not necessarily a bad thing. I thought the palate was good, just wasn't as well rounded. I do think it's going to open up very well past the neck pour, but that's that. Lastly is the value for the money. This was about $70, I think, MSRP, which gives this about a 79 out of 100 for me. That's really all I got to say to it.
I gave it 1 point more with an 80 out of 100. I just kind of try to compare it to the Baker's 7, and I mean, not that this is bad or anything, but it's just a heck of a lot different than what the Baker's 7 is, and this might appeal to more people than Jim Beam products, so
yeah,
I think it's a fair price for $70.
I agree. That being said, we both ended up giving it an overall of 80 points. Very good. I mean, not very good, but like decent. Like that's good whiskey, I would say. If it's something that you guys are interested in or you're newer fans, I definitely would say you buy it.
Yeah.
But yeah, that being said, make sure you guys are hitting the like button on your way out if you guys like this video. Also, if you're not subscribed, please do that. Become a member. All that stuff helps us out tremendously. But yeah, Casey, what should the comment?
Comment your favorite new Riff product they make, and we will see you all in the next class.
Cheers.